Oh, aft on the poop deck and walking all about, there's a second mate so steady and so stout. What he's a-thinking.
In May 2009, more than 100 government officials and historians from Japan came to Fairhaven, Massachusetts to celebrate the rededication of the home of Captain William Whitfield. Whitfield was the captain of the whaling ship, the John Howland, who rescued a 13-year-old Japanese boy who had been shipwrecked in 1843 and brought the boy to America, the first Japanese ever to come to this nation. This house, across the bay from New Bedford, from whence the ship sailed and returned, was the first home in which the young Japanese lived and spent the next decade going to school, learning English, history, mathematics, geography, and while at sea, whaling and navigation. As an adult in this daguerreotype, he determined to return to his home to try to persuade his government to open its heretofore closed ports to foreign ships having to resupply. In 1850, he joined the gold rush to California and found sufficient gold to pay his passage home and arrived in Japan, where he was first confined to Kochi Castle as a suspected spy. Eventually, he was released and became an advisor to the emperor and to the Tokugawa Shogunate. When Admiral Matthew C. Perry arrived at Edo Bay in 1854 to open the ports of Japan, with his flotilla of gunships under orders of President Millard Fillmore, Manjiro was the only person in the entire world who was fluent in both English and Japanese, as well as smart enough to understand the nuances of diplomacy. Not only was he largely responsible for the peaceful opening of Japan, but also for its later westernization and construction of modern schools and libraries. He and his descendants, now the fifth generation removed, have left an immense legacy.
Thank you very much.
Say a word or two about your great-great-grandfather. Wasn't he an incredible person?
Okay. He is first Japanese to come to the United States, and he stayed first night at Captain's house.
They and the Whitfield family, also the fifth generation removed, have kept in touch through all the generations, and their friendship has spawned the Center for International Exchange, which in alternate years sponsors visits of Americans going to Japan one year and Japanese coming to America the next for homestays in different cities.
It's hard to believe that on this date in 1843, Manjiro and Captain Whitfield returned from sea to this house. And that friendship that developed while on board ship, that friendship that started there blossomed here, and the town took Manjiro in. And it's an impressive story, and it's a true one.
In our proposed documentary, Junji Kitadai, author of the definitive story of Manjiro Nakahama's life, and Junji's wife, Kyoko, will be the narrators of this amazing true life story.
And I think he dreams about him all the time.
You can see it's gonna blow. Looking at the glass, you can see that it is fell, and we wish that you would hurry up and strike the bell. Oh, strike the bell, second mate, let us go below. Look you well to windward, you can see it's gonna blow. Looking at the glass, you can see that it is fell, and we wish that you would hurry up and strike the bell.